Guys, I've been hit by the Tim Chey curse. For those of you who don't know what the Tim Chey curse is, you're in good company because nobody knows what it is. It's something that I came up with because I have tried to film this video now 3 times over the last year.
You have no idea the physical toll the 3 vasectomies have on a person.
Every time I go to film it, somehow I go to edit it and it messes up. Filmed it again, sent it over to my friend Chris, who does a lot of editing, and it messed up again. He's like,
hey, this is not usable.
Some of it's usable, but it's incomplete. In the course of this video, you're gonna see 3 different clips of me in different courses of history. Right? Good. So let's jump into past Kevin so he can explain to you who the heck Tim Chey. Chim Chey. He can tell you who this is. Here we go. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Not too long ago, I did a little review with my buddy Josh on a bargain bin where we watched a movie called David and Goliath. If you want to watch that, you could probably check it out somewhere around in the card that's popping up. I think that there's probably a card that popped up. Who knows? After reviewing that, I had some people message me and say, hey, Kevin, do you know anything about the director of that movie? And I said, no. I know that he made a movie called Suing the Devil. I did a little research on him. Maybe the reason he was able to make Suing the Devil is because he used to be a lawyer. And it turns out he has a tendency to sue a lot of people, not just the devil, but it makes sense that he would think that he could sue the devil based on all of the lawsuits that he's had. I came across this interview with him as I was doing my research that I just wanted to watch with you guys and show you because it's kind of unbelievable. It's an interview in a show, I guess the singer Carman from the 90s. He was a singer and a performer and had a few movies that maybe I'll review sometime, but now I guess he has a TV show on TBN or something. Let's just watch it.
Joining us from New York City are film writer and award-winning...
These are from SNL, right? All right, future Kevin is back. Saturday Night Live! All these people that it's introducing right now, they're not in this. This is on Tim Chey's YouTube channel, so I think he left all of that in to show that he was on a show with all of these people, but took out all of their stuff. You'll see why I think that that's probably the most logical explanation.
God has a witness in all areas of life.
This is Carmen, the Carmen, not Carmen Sandiego. Who's in the house? Boy, that's classic. That's so good.
He makes sure that everybody's covered. He makes sure that everybody will hear the gospel before they have to face Jesus Christ someday.
Okay, so that's not true, I don't think. That logically doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I hate to get into like theological disputes here at the beginning, but physically, not everybody hears about Jesus Christ of Nazareth before they die. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments below.
And because of that, he uniquely equips people with skills and talents.
He's just
into the world.
Saying things.
And the next person you're going to meet is one such person. His name is Tim Chey. And he's a movie producer and a writer, and he
does stuff, I guess. So Carmen stutters for a bit, trying to figure out who Tim Chey is.
Trained in Harvard. He used to be a devout atheist. One of the films that he did, he has a new movie out called Suing the Devil. And
did you believe that?
I'm sure that he pulled on some of his training in law school. And we're going to show a little clip of it.
He's like looking down at his cards like,
I don't know anything about this guy.
He's like, which camera am I supposed to be looking at?
And so that you can see the gospel, not just as we hear in music, set to music, but also set in a theatrical setting so that we can not just hear it set to music, but we could see it in a theatrical setting as well.
Moving pictures, not only hearing the gospel, but seeing it in a theatrical setting? That's freaking insane. Too snarky?
Look at Brian versus Satan. You're suing Satan.
What if you sued the devil?
I created noise.
What's the matter? Don't you love the music of hell?
Suing the devil. What is with all these movies that, like, are obsessed with Satan and stuff? I don't know.
So, you're in Harvard.
So, you're in Harvard, right? Good question. That's a solid introduction to an interview.
How did you wind up being an atheist?
Well, yeah, I know.
Seeing that you came out of this spiritual heritage.
I know, exactly. I'm like a fallen away seed. I followed God for a while, but I fell back in a big way, Carmen. And all my friends here, who came as well know about my history, but...
Yes, but you've been asked a question on a show for people who don't know about your history.
I backslid it all the way to hell. So it was a really bad time, but...
Well, Carmen, here's the thing. I got lots of friends. I don't know if you noticed that. They're all out there. They know. Also, Christianese. Here's a Christian cliche line. Backslide. Jesus, take the wheel.
I backslid it to the point where I didn't believe in God anymore. And when I was at Harvard,
That's total backsliding. He's just stealing from Blue Like Jazz.
What happened is I grew up Christian, always believed it, went to school, and for about 6 months didn't believe it. And now I'm back, making money off of Christians.
I was an idiot myself.
So you're putting all this together, and to compound that, you're doing Christian films.
Putting all what together?
So that makes it even harder because the distribution is much more difficult. The acceptance in the public is much more difficult.
That's totally wrong. It's way easier to get distribution for a Christian movie than it is to get distribution for a secular film. Now, a lot of Christians don't get distribution. It's harder to get secular distribution, I bet. No. I think it's just as hard to get it. It's just there's a lot of Christian movies that don't get it. Most Christian movies that you see, you only see them and you only know about them because they're Christian. But try making a secular movie that's as bad as David and Goliath and see how easy it is to get in theaters or on Netflix.
You're breaking through the barrier and you're becoming full-time successful doing Christian films.
That was a terribly worded question. I don't want to come down too hard on somebody asking bad interview questions because I've done plenty of interviews and not done great.
We were doing it before the whole Mel Gibson, revolution of Passion of the Christ. And we need to pray for Mel, by the way, because he's going through a lot of struggles, and that's because of the devil.
So you're wondering why I'm being so snarky. Well, for one, I've watched this like 5 times now. For 2, the guy just is constantly name dropping. It's the most blatant version of exploitation in this sort of arena that I have ever seen.
Okay, so I was doing this thing before Mel came along, and by the way, we gotta pray for Mel. Mel Gibson, ever heard of him? Because, friends of mine.
I don't know. It grosses me out, the way he answers these questions.
That Passion of the Christ really broke through for all of us.
No, you can't claim some movie that isn't yours.
The fact that Armageddon did so well, that was a big accomplishment for me.
Broke the way for the Kendricks to make, Fireproof, Facing the Giants, and the star of Facing the Giants is in our film, by the way, so, but...
And the star of Facing Giants, he's in our movie, so, yeah. Anyway, so, what was the question?
It's just so stupid.
So, just wanted to throw that out there.
But even though Passion of the Christ still made, 300...
Now, even though God has blessed us a lot, it doesn't mean we're not victims, okay? I just want to make that clear. If it means I'll benefit, I will use the victim thing.
This is so prevalent. Anytime there's success, it's like, hey everybody, God really blessed us. But also, we need your money and your blessings because it's harder out there for Christians and we're persecuted worldwide. But also, look at how successful my movie is because God is blessing it. So if the movie does well, God blessed us, his word is on us, we're God's servant, God is giving us the power. If the movie does bad, well, of course it did bad because we're all persecuted out there, aren't we? It's so disgusting. It makes me so angry. And this is probably low-hanging fruit, but this is the most potent version of that mentality that I've ever seen.
Carmen, the studio executives still said, we don't want to make Christian films because we don't want to promote Christ.
I would love to hear the recording of that, of a studio executive saying,
we do not want to make Christian films because we don't want to promote Christ.
I mean, it could be true. I don't know. I just want to see the evidence, okay? I can't just listen and believe here, Tim Chey. I've seen your movies. I've seen David and Goliath, and I don't think it's Christ, who isn't in that movie, by the way. I don't think Suing the Devil struggled to get distribution because they don't want to promote Jesus. I think they don't want to promote a stupid movie like Suing the Devil.
Jesus Christ says, if they hated me, they'll hate you. And unfortunately,
that's right.
We want to be popular so bad, but it's like you're going up against swimming upstream because you'll never be popular in this world until Christ returns.
What? Oh man, it's so hard to be popular in this world. I mean, it doesn't matter that I literally made David and Goliath. The reason people didn't watch David and Goliath is because it sucks. so bad. It's such a bad movie. It's so bad I could barely get through it. People could barely get through my review of it because it's so bad. It's like a challenge. Even though I'm hilarious and make it amazing.
Hollywood people will walk away from a proven commodity that can pull in hundreds of $millions because they don't want to have anything to do with Jesus.
Why can it pull in hundreds of millions of dollars? One, why don't you do it then? If it's such a wonderful proven commodity, just make the movie and it'll make money, and then you can just buy out all the Jews in Hollywood.
Just to be clear, I do not support these racism, so I'm pretty much legally covered.
Number two, I thought you just said that you'll never be popular. If you're not popular, how's it gonna make that much money? Or are you saying that it will make that much money and that it is popular, which contradicts what you said earlier? Pick one.
That's a form of insanity. There's a price that you pay.
Yes.
What price do you feel that you have had to pay because you took a stand for Jesus?
Oh, yeah, plenty, Carmen.
You wouldn't believe how persecuted I am.
I know the LA Times has written terrible things about our film. For some reason, Christianity or Christians can just be punching bags, you know? People don't realize when we show love them back, it's supernatural. I mean, how else can like these writers bash me and I just say, Lord, forgive them? You know, they don't know what they do in love.
This is very funny as well because Tim Chey is very famous for suing people. He's fought to take down reviews of his movie, Suing the Devil, and other movies, allegedly. I don't want to get sued for slander. Rumors go around that he does a lot of lawyering to hurt people who criticize his stuff. That's not just loving them back.
That's a form of insanity.
It's just such a line. It's such a talking point.
As a secular guy, I would have strangled them, you know, but...
Or sued him.
That's supernatural, and that cannot be explained.
The warfare, when it comes to the arts, is like nothing else I've ever seen in any form.
I don't doubt that it is not easy to get Christian stuff promoted in Hollywood. As gross as a lot of people who are in Hollywood can be, as we've seen in #MeToo, I'm sure they don't want to make a bunch of Christian-based movies. You know what? But that's not true. We see the disgusting nature of people in churches. We've seen in the Catholic Church with the priests. There's plenty of people who are promoting Christianity and Jesus, people who are pastors in the Baptist Church who are terrible people. I don't think anybody has a problem making money and exploiting Christianity. Especially that guy driving on a motorcycle outside my house.
I've really had a lot of time to think about it.
In the pauses between me actually saying words, I'm actually thinking about this very concept.
Jesus says, go tell John not only what you hear, but what you see.
Amen.
Sight, sound. Right. A film is sight.
That's movies. Jesus said, go get Movie Pass. Go buy stock in Movie Pass.
The best way to communicate the fact that Jesus is Lord or the truth of the gospel is through sight and sound. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
So you are a major threat.
Yeah.
And that's a major stronghold over that form of communication.
Oh, that's such a brilliant analogy, Carmen. I look
brilliant. The thing that you've said about me is so brilliant because I'm brilliant.
Talk about the film Suing the Devil.
Sure.
Well, the concept behind it. Explain, talk about the premise first.
I don't get it.
Well, quickly, it's about a man who sues the devil for $8 trillion.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I thought the title sounded stupid, and I was wondering, well, what's the metaphor here? So it's literally what the title says. All right, so he just goes on. If you want to watch this, I could probably link it in the description. He just name drops a bunch after that. What I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and cut over to, I don't know. I don't remember what I did, but I looked at his website and that sort of thing. Tim Chey. Rip-off report. That's funny. Has over 25 alias names in the name of Jesus and God and many company names, and all you need to do is Google his name and plenty of them come up online. He will sign a I'm sure that's contract, and in a day or more will fire you and offer more money and a better position to stay on with him, only to have him say to you, I'll sue you. And make your life hell for the next 10 years and the rest of your life. I'll sue you for $100 million. I'll sue you! And make your life miserable. Then not pay you. Then the next time offer you 1/3 than what he offered in the first place. You can't believe one word this man says. Interesting. So the website for the Island movie, he's changed this. Oh, it's just YouTube now? Oh, good. The movie trailer's already out. based on the incredible true story. There's no dialogue yet. It's just a bunch of naked guys running around in a field. The Islands. Whoa, that looks pretty good. Maybe because it's a girl in it. The whole website for the movie is how you can get involved. We're aiming for a $35 million box office. Oh, look at all these, who we work with. Well, it seems like he changed the website since last time I checked it out, but fortunately, he can't escape from us. 2017, I guess. We're gonna check that out, yes. All right, so here's what he used to have on here. Okay, this is pretty great. How would you like to be involved in the biggest film ever in Hawaii? Film will be made for $20 million, but it will look like it was made for $100 million. That's the director's bio. Everything is like name dropping. Okay, comparable films. These are the films that this movie of the trailer that you just saw is gonna be like. This list of films all made profits. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dances with Wolves, Apocalypto, Gladiator, Braveheart, Gangs of New York, Pocahontas, of course, because there's a brown person in it. We guarantee one of the following actors will play Captain Cook, or we will not make the film and return the investment. All right, so which of these 16 actors are playing the main character? Who's playing Captain Cook? Who's playing him? It's not even a character in the movie. None of those people are in the movie, if you can believe it. I thought that they were gonna return the investments, and boy, great stars. Look at that, man, that's gonna be good whenever they do that. Well, these are just pictures from movies. December 2nd, 2017 is when the movie's coming out. Funny thing is, when I filmed this, it said it was coming out in November of 2018. I had scheduled this video to come out around now because it said it was coming out in March. And now, as I'm editing this, I look on the IMDb and it says that the movie is coming out September 2019. So I don't think it's ever coming out. If you would like to invest or know someone, click here. I know someone. I'll click there. Now, I'm not saying that this guy is ripping people off, but what it really feels like is the plot of the producers.
You see what I'm trying to tell you? You could have raised $1 million, put on a $60,000 flop, and kept the rest.
But what if the play was a hit?
Well, then you'd go to jail. See, once the play's a hit, you have to pay off all the backers. And with so many backers, there could never be enough profits to go around.
So in order for this scheme to work, we'd have to find a surefire flop.
It seems like he's actually pitching the idea of this film to naive people who are then willing to invest.
I raised $1 million. A lot of little old ladies in the world.
Gets a lot of money, makes the movies for next to nothing. I mean, check out our bargain bin of David and Goliath. It's insanely horrible. And then, whenever the movie flops,
we take $1 million, we fly to Rio de Janeiro.
Or in his case, Hawaii. All right, that's all I've got to say for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Boy, if this doesn't work, then we know that Tim Chey has gotten in and infected my computer again. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.
As a secular guy, I would have strangled them, you know?